Hi everybody, welcome to episode 24 of the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from New Brunswick, Canada. So, we got a somewhat full show this week. I'm first going to start off with some administration and then we'll move on to finished objects and then works in progress. So first I'm going to welcome any new viewers who may be tuning in for the first time. Welcome. And to any returning viewers who are joining back to watch the podcast, welcome back. This is a podcast mostly about spinning at the moment, or knitting, sorry, not spinning. I hope to get my spinning wheel up and going soon enough, but right now it's somewhat out of commission. I do crochet and I do other sorts of fiber fun, but right now it's mostly just my knitting that has taken over. So if you're interested, do subscribe. So anyway, first I'm going to start off with giveaway talk. In episode 22, I mentioned that I was going to be doing a long-awaited subscriber giveaway. So I asked to like the video and comment telling me what your current project is that you're working on. And we've had a couple entries so far and the giveaway is still open till April the 1st. So you still have lots of time to head on over to episode 22 and just put your comment in what you're working on. You don't have to be a knitter, you could be a crocheter, you could be a cross stitcher, any craft that you do, you are more than welcome to join this giveaway. So make sure you head over there and do that. I am also going to do another random giveaway in the process. If you follow me on Instagram, I am now I think it's just the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'll make sure to link it below. Go over there, join me, start following me, and I'm going to put a post up probably by the time this video goes up, and I'm gonna get you to again like the post and tell me which pattern that you would love to win, and I will leave that open until maybe I'm gonna say next Monday, because usually my podcasts get up by Monday. So I will do a random draw on the podcast and I will draw a winner for that. So that's going to be hosted on my Instagram. So just keep a watch out for that and you will be eligible to win whichever pattern you'd like. So I will go on to Ravelry and gift it to you. So that's for administration. I am so excited to be doing these giveaways. They are long awaited, as I have said before, so yay. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for administration news. I'm going to start off with finished objects because I actually have finished objects this week. So first thing I'm going to share with you is my Austin socks. I actually just casted off the second one today, so I'm super excited. Here is the first one. I showed you guys this one last week, and here is the second one. So this is the Austin Socks by Litton, or the Crazysockladydesigns podcast. I'm sure you guys know of her. She has started designing and she has some pretty cool designs out there. This one is just a textured pattern. It's super simple to follow and it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, my camera is not being very nice because those are not the colors. That's showing up as purple. It's actually more blue, and that is not green. It's actually turquoise. So my camera is being stupid, of course, but anyways, the yarn that I chose for this is Knit Picks hand-painted fingering in the blueberry waffle colorway, or the speckled, I can't remember now. It's in my Ravelry page, guys. I'm not with it this week, but regardless, I have two lovely pairs of socks to go in my box of socks, and these are actually February's socks, so I have two done so far for this year, so I'm super excited. So yay. And there's my pretty little family tree from, I think it's Chalapa Cottage Designs. She has a shop on Etsy. She's from Alberta, Canada, so do check her out. She has some beautiful stitch markers. So there's that. The next one I'm going to share with you guys I'm super excited about. This week has been the week of the whips, really. I pulled out a couple things that I've been working on for a while, and I've been trying to get them done just to get some stuff out of my baskets so I can start fresh and not feel so overwhelmed, and it's actually working out. So I think it was on last week's podcast I shared with you, I had pulled out my 3-color cashmere shawl by Locatelli, and I actually finished it. So I will start from down here. So it starts off with some 2x2 ribbing and some pretty eyelets. Then you're going into your second color. It's a 3-color, so this is my color 2. And then you just do some striping with those. And then your third color comes into effect here, where you have this beautiful textured section. And then you're incorporating back in your first color for this gorgeous lace pattern. And then you're just finishing back off with color 2 for some more eyelet rows and your ribbing again. So yes, it is absolutely beautiful. So you guys can get a better view of it like that. I am in love with it. I gave it a light blocking and it turned out really nice. So very happy with this. The yarn that I used for it, I'm not going to name off the colorways because they are numbered, and I don't have all 3 color ball bands anymore, and because of that I don't know which colorways are which. So what I will tell you though, the yarn is BC Garn Silk Bloom Pheno. It was a 55% superfine merino and a silk content. It's super soft. It is a fingering or a sport. I can't remember now. I believe it's a sport. The only place that I can find this yarn, I bought it from loveKnitting.com, and I've tried searching for it again, and that's the only website I'm finding this yarn at. So I don't know if you can get it from somewhere else. If so, awesome, but that's the only place I could find it at. So if you can get your hands on this stuff though, it is so affordable and so wonderful for a silk. I think the price was not bad on it at all, and it's super soft, so I'm in love. Finally have this off the needles. This has been on my needles for 3 years. I had started it and then it got set aside just because I wasn't really knitting. When I first moved down here, I kind of started it and then set it back aside. And now that I'm back into the knitting again, I decided that it was high time that I took this project out and finished it, because it's too pretty to sit in a bag unfinished. So again, that's the 3-color Cashmere Cowl by Locatelli. And if you love this but would rather have a shawl, she actually has this exact same pattern in a shawl version as well. So highly recommend you go check those out. So that's what I have for finished objects. Now I'm going to go on into works in progress. It's not a lot. I haven't put any work into my Cyril socks, I think that's how you pronounce it, from Danny of Little Bobbins. I haven't put any work into those, and I will talk about that last because that will go into stash acquisition. But I'm going to show you my other whip. This is another one that I had started, I'm going to say in the fall of last year, and it kind of just got set aside because new shiny things came along. It's not that I wasn't enjoying working on it, I was, but you guys know how it goes. Anyways, This is the number 256 Adaline shawl by the Sweaterbabe. And here it is. I have showed this before, but only once, I think. So this is what I have so far. And technically, I'm holding it upside down, of course, but it just has this beautiful garter section, and then at the very bottom you have this gorgeous lace. And you can do this lace as many repeats as you want. I think the pattern calls for 4 repeats of it, but you can continue doing it until your yarn runs out. So it's absolutely beautiful. It's not a full-size shawl, it's more like a shawlette, but it's so pretty and so beautiful. This yarn is Litton and lace in the water lily colorway, and it's her single ply base. So it's so pretty and very soft. And I am so happy to use this yarn. I just picked it up at my local yarn store in Moncton last year, and I am so happy to find out that Litton and Lace is actually hand-dyed in Sackville, which is like 20-minute drive from me, so happy about that, and I can't wait to get more of her stuff because she does beautiful colorways. And that's all I have left out of it. So I need one more repeat of that lace. It's 8 rows, and must admit I'm a little nervous because I'm playing yarn chicken right now. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we will see. We will see. So yeah, one more repeat and I will have this off the needles. So depending how things go this week, maybe I will have it as a finished object for next week. And of course I got my sweet little dolphin on this one. And that's again from Cashmere as well, I believe. So yeah, there's that one. And then I have one more. So I decided I wanted to cast on a hat this week. I've been really wanting to cast one on. So I've had this pattern in my page for a while. It is the Rocky Ridge hat by Knox Mountain Knit Co. And it's just a simple broken ribbed hat. Sorry, my light is really shining through there. So it's just like I think it's like a knit 2 purl 1 broken rib. It is a pay for pattern, so I don't want to say too much because I might be giving stuff away there, but it's just very pretty. Really enjoying this knit. I think I'm almost done the body. I think I have to go 7 inches from the brim, so I'm not sure how far I am, but almost there. This yarn I'm using here is just some mill ends that I got from our local Michael's store. They had bags of 6 skeins or 8 skeins on for 50% off at the time, so my boyfriend was wonderful and he ended up getting some for Valentine's Day for me. So yeah, this is just mill ends and it's navy blue. Kind of looks like purple, but it's not. It's blue. Really nice stuff. It's super soft. And y'all know me, I'm a yarn snob when it comes to stuff like that, and I'm really enjoying this knit. It's really nice yarn. So there's that. That's the Rocky Ridge by Knox Mountain Knit Co. So, okay. And for right now, it's being housed in my cute little koala bag. I got this as, oh gosh, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years ago from the lovely Erin of Give Me Yarn. She has a podcast here on YouTube as well. And I'm very honored to say that she's my friend too. She's a wonderful woman. So I cherish this bag. It's only one of a few that I have, and I treasure it most. So do check out, she has an Etsy page where she sells her bags. She has all different kinds too, so yeah. So there's that. That's pretty much it for my knitting this week. I will talk about the socks really quick. My March socks were going to be the Shawl socks. I don't know how to pronounce that, guys, but you know which one I'm talking about. Danny of Little Bobbins is doing her Vintage Love Story collection, and I had casted them on, and I'm playing with gauge and needle sizes just because my socks have been turning out a little too loose, like they're turning out a little bit too big. And I decided to cast on 56 stitches on a 2.0 millimeter, which with that yarn, it's a Knit Picks yarn. I think it's their stroll fingering. The nylon content isn't as high in that one, so the yarn doesn't quite have that stretch in it. And I'm finding that because the Shawl socks have the cables in them, it's turning out really tight and a little bit too dense. And because my needles are wood, it's kind of hard to work with because it's really sore on the hands. So I was contemplating whether to rip them back out and use my Knitter's Pride carbon needles to do them. And then Danny came out with the second pattern in the collection this week, the Rita socks, which is a pair with the Shawl socks. So I, of course, had to buy that pattern. And I've decided that I'm going to rip out the Shawl socks and use that yarn to do the Rita pattern. And then this is part of the acquisition I was talking about. I made an order with Knit Picks, and I got this lovely yarn here. This is their, I have the tag here a minute ago. This is their hand-painted tonals, and it's in the Newport colorway, which is a pretty chocolate brown. It's a little bit darker than what you're seeing. So I've decided that I'm going to use this one to do the Shawl socks because there's a little bit more nylon in this, so it's going to have that extra stretchiness to it. So I'm going to do those, and then I'm going to do the Rita socks in the pearlescent colorway of their stroll fingering. And if you haven't saw the Rita pattern yet, it's just these beautiful eyelets that do like a diamond kind of patterning. They're so beautiful. So that's what I have planned so far. So I'm kind of sad that I have to rip them back, but I honestly didn't get that far on them to really worry. So I'm not going to be too concerned about that. So that's out of the way. I will now move on into stack acquisitions. So I made an order with Knit Picks. I ended up getting some of their new flux fur palms, and here's the first one, which, wow, that's really blowing out. It's not quite that electric, but it's a pretty seafoam color. This is actually going to go on my broken ribbed hat that I was making. So there's that one. And then I got a couple more. These are in the 8 centimeter diameter. That is not green, it's blue again. I don't know why my camera is doing that to me, but I got a pretty blue. I got a light blue, which looks like it's mint green, and it's not. And then I got a pretty pink one too. But the pink one is in the 12 centimeter diameter, so it's a bit bigger. So yeah, I got 3 of the small ones and 1 big one just to try them out, so yeah. And I did take this one out of the package. I really like the quality of them. They're nice and soft, and they don't seem to shed that much. So I think I will definitely order some more. They're really cheap. I can't remember now how much they were, but I think they were like $2-3 a piece, something like that. So very affordable and definitely worth it. So do check that out. So the next thing that I got is just some of their cotton. I've been doing, it's not really it's a knit along, that Amber from the Yarn Hoarder podcast is hosting on Instagram. And you don't have to knit the dishcloths, you can crochet them as well. But she's just doing a year-long knit along or craft along, however you call it, where you're just doing one dishcloth a week. That's what she's doing. You obviously don't have to do that. You can just, whatever one you make throughout the year, you could just post it for fun, and it's nice to take part in. I'm enjoying it too. So whenever I get the urge to cast on a dishcloth and make it, I'm just posting it for the fun of it. So I decided to get some more fun colors. This is the Knit Picks Cotton, which it's a 70% Tangus cotton and 30% linen. It's a DK weight, and this is in the Whisper colorway. That's pretty true to color. And I got Litton, which is a little bit brighter than that. That's washed out. And I also got Whisker, which is a pretty gray. So I got those three. Those will become dishcloths probably. And then I ended up getting a set of yarn to make a cowl. I want to do I think it's Dreaming of Copenhagen. I think that's the name of it. And I don't remember the designer. I should have written it down, but I forgot. But it's a really beautiful 2-color cowl, and I decided that I would like to do that. So I picked out some yarn. This is the Knit Picks Galileo, I think it's pronounced. This one is 50% merino wool, 50% viscose from bamboo, and it's 131 yards of a sport weight yarn. And I have used this multiple times before, and I really love it. It's got a beautiful sheen to it, and it's really nice and silky too. So I got just white, and I got argent, which is kind of a medium gray. So I got 3 balls of the gray, and I got 2 of the white, which would be the appropriate yardage for the cowl. So yeah, there was a project picture that was posted that somebody had done, and she did a white and gray, and it absolutely looks stunning. So that's where I got my color inspiration from. So I don't know when I'm going to cast it on, but I bought the yarn for it anyways. So yeah. And then I just got some little odds and ends. I got some Knit Picks options for the interchangeables. It's just the 60-inch cable. And then I ended up getting just a regular set of their nickel-plated US 7 4.0 needle tips. Just because I seem to have lost mine from my Knitter's Pride Nova set. My Nova set is the special set, so it's the short tips, and I cannot seem to find them since I moved from my apartment. So I don't know where they are. I only had so many project bags at the time, and it's not in any of them, which is a little disappointing, but I have my Knitter's Pride Zing needles now, but I just decided to get another pair of these tips just in case. So it's a pretty common needle size to use, so yeah, so I just got those just to make the order more worth it. So yeah, that's fun. So that's pretty much it. That's all I ended up getting, and yeah, more yarn. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about this week. Just make sure that you head over to episode 22 if you would like to participate in the giveaway. Don't leave your comments on this video. You have to head over to episode 22 to do that. I have read all your comments and I love them. I'm not going to reply to anything just because I want to keep the comment section clean so I can do random number generator when the time comes. And also make sure that you check my description box below, and I will link the proper name to my Instagram because I did change it from my name. I think it's just the Inspired Knitting Podcast, and I will put a post up for a random pattern giveaway there. So just like that post and tell me what pattern you'd like to win, and I will gift it to you on the next episode. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great weekend ahead, and happy knitting. Bye.